Don't be gay, camp ya. Hello, everybody. It's Thursday night. You know what that means? It's another exciting episode for the Homies podcast. And you guys can tell we got a very, very special guest. But before we get to our special guest, let's go around the horn and introduce everybody. Ronan. Welcome back, Ronan.
Oh, it's good to be back, Phantom. Hello, everybody. Y'all know who I am. I'm Ronan the Crusader. And as we do every week on Thursday nights at 8 p.m., the homies are here to talk about pop culture, talk about video games, talk about whatever might pique our interest. You want politics? Go watch Tim Pool. Just don't come here for that.
Kreese, how's it going, brother?
Oh man, it's going good, man. It is another Thursday night. I'm glad that Colhauser is here, man. We've been trying to get this done like since MegaCon, so he's finally here, so it's cool. It's Thursday. Could have been anywhere, but you could have been. Now you're here with us. Ebola, how you doing, my friend?
I'm alive. How was your weekend?
I heard it's really orangey. That's what I kept on hearing.
But we're here to talk about whatever there is to talk about. So
I like to welcome for the very first time the man, the myth, the legend, the creator of Praise Ara himself. Welcome, Colhauser. Welcome to the homies.
Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. So thanks for having me. Sorry, I had a bit of a flu, but I'm glad my flu's pretty much done. So I'm glad to be here. So and just on that note, you can thank Ryan Kinnell for the Praise of Raw, because that was all him, and he actually mentioned
it.
That is true. Yep.
Yeah. Well, he even said it last night on his stream, because he was talking and they were asking about the 199. He says, "Well, listen, even I started the whole thing for Colhauser, the Praise of Raw. So I got to give him. I got to give him all the credit.
I was there as well.
I was there that day.
That's funny.
And also, you're freshly monetized with 1,000 subscribers too. So, I mean, you've been killing it, brother. So, like, I'm glad that you're here, brother. So, you know.
well, thank you. And you know what? It's not me. It's because of everybody. It was all of you who made that happen. So I want to thank each and every one of you for watching my streams. And even though I'm not talking, I'm just playing video games and talking toys. But I thank each and every one of you for making my channel a success.
That's what's up.
All right,
man.
so Kreese, what we got first?
So I know you guys wanted to talk about Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. So I don't know if these pictures are legit. I don't know if he's getting back into shape or whatever. But hey, we are definitely getting a Mummy 4 movie. Me personally, I don't think we need it, but you know, the fans like it. So what do you guys think was going on so far? Yeah.
So Ronan, you found out something about those pictures today.
We'll go ahead and I just realized I was muted. So we'll go ahead and actually kind of go through the article first. This one's coming from IGN. I'm sharing it, by the way, just so that we can see it. Yeah, no problem. Well, yes, a couple days ago, after the big announcement a few months ago that they're finally making a fourth Mummy film that's actually bringing Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, and a lot of the actors back from like the first two Mummy films from Stephen Sommers. Brendan Fraser is training for the Mummy 4 and asks fans for luck. This is just a couple days ago when he says it. Brendan Fraser said he's doing his best to get in shape as he trains for the long-awaited return of Rick O'Connell in The Mummy 4. The actor that led Universal Pictures' popular Mummy franchise from 1999, which was the first one, to 2008, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, which really wasn't all that great, but, you know, commented on and confirmed his involvement in the 18 years in the making movie during an interview on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. I wish he'd said it on like a social media post instead of being on this dude's show, but whatever. Stopped short of spilling too many beans about how the film will pick this story back up, but he did have one request for fans. Please wish me luck. I was hopeful for a long time, and then I was like, no, I don't know if they are. You know, other Mummy movies got made, and Fraser said regarding his one-time dampened experience for a fourth Mummy movie. But anyway, look, what we're going to do is saddle back up, go back to the locations. I should probably stop talking like this because I don't want to give everything away. However, he continued, please wish me luck. I'm doing my best to get this 57-year-old gear in shape. That kind of makes people believe he's trying to actually whip himself back into shape, like going to the gym and everything. And shared with this over here on Twitter. You have this one post that says Brendan Fraser says, "I'm doing the best I can while actively exercising to get in shape for the Mummy 4." That's a really cool photo, but the problem is, as you notice, the context that's added at the bottom, image of Brendan Fraser is not real, but an AI generated. No credible records exist for this image, which has an embedded synth ID AI watermark and is identified as AI by AI detection platforms.
Ooh, man.
Now, putting that aside, obviously, the fact that Brendan Fraser himself says that he's going to try and do it doesn't discredit. No, the photo is discredited, obviously, but it doesn't discredit the idea that he's trying to actually get back into shape for this film.
At least he wants to do it.
There's no visual there that he's getting in shape.
No, yeah, there's no visual, but the fact that it's coming from the man himself saying that he's going to try and do it, that at least sparks some. Let me just put it like this. He's taking it seriously, trying to make a fourth film in this series. And I just like the fact that Brendan Fraser, who's literally been through hell and back in Hollywood, unfortunately, considering a lot of the real wretched crap that they made him go through. I'm glad that he's finally starting to get that turnaround that he really deserved for a long time. Like, let me ask you, Colhauser, did you ever get a chance to watch these Mummy movies with Brendan Fraser in them?
Yes, I have.
What do you think about them?
So I think I enjoyed them because I think they were a good. I don't want to. It was like a good post Indiana Jones type fun adventure.
I was thinking the same thing.
100%. Yes,
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it was a newer style and it was a lot of fun. That's what I really enjoyed about them. And then, of course, you got the Tom Cruise version, which I thought they were rebooting, which I was really disappointed with. But if they're going to go, and as I think Kreese said earlier, do we really want a remake? Not really. Like, it all depends how they do this.
I really get depressed because like every time when you get a franchise that is older than 10 plus years and it's coming back, whoever, aka Come to America 2, that is whatever, like, but you get what I'm saying.
But the thing is, though, what era will this movie take place?
When was the last? When did the last one take place in?
The last one was post World War II, I believe. It just took place in 1946. Yeah, it was the one in China.
It has to take like in the 50s or the 60s or whatever.
This one's gonna have to push for the 50s or 60s because of that almost 20-year time gap. Because the last Mummy movie came out in 2008, so it's gonna be almost 20 years.
So the 60s, like
early to mid 60s, if anything. That's what I would say. Would probably be the good timeline that it would set.
Yeah. Like, question: who's directing this?
It's a two-man team. It's a two-man team called Radio Silence. It's the same guys that did some of the newer Scream films, I believe it was. Now I haven't seen those new ones yet. I don't know. We'll see. But
I seen like all the Scream films. Or whatever, like the one with the two with Jenna Ortega, they're not that bad. I'm not even gonna lie. They're somewhat okay. It ain't better than the first two or whatever, but they're somewhat okay. They're watchable or whatever. But 7 is horrible. 7 was just horrible. That was just like dog water.
Cash grab. It was a cash grab.
Yeah, right. But see, I'm suspect now because. Okay, I noticed somebody pulled up, Maverick. Maverick got lucky. Maverick got real lucky because if it wasn't for the involvement of Tom Cruise and what he needed for the direction, it was a masterpiece. So, because nobody was asking for a Top Gun sequel.
Yeah.
But when it came out, it was a hit, and we got lucky. I saw it 3 times.
Fun fact on the...
You also, remember, I mean, there was a little controversy with it because the original director, he killed himself a couple years before they announced the movie. They were making the new Top Gun movie. He jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah. And Tom Cruise is like, he didn't know if he wanted to do the movie without him, and they ended up doing it.
It's a
Yeah.
fun. It was fun fact. Like the director that was taking over had to pitch it to Tom Cruise, and then Tom Cruise like loved the script or whatever, and then he hit up David Ellison and them to go ahead and do the movie or whatever. Like
So
he gave him.
at least they give Val Kilmer a send off
Yeah.
in that movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A respectful send off.
Yeah.
What-
So now I'm going back. I'm going now where are they going to be able to replicate what they did with the earlier Mummy movies with this one?
They're definitely going to use AI.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just because listen, we thought that Tom Cruise one. I thought it was going to be good. It wasn't. So I don't know.
It's all about. It comes
Okay.
down to the writing.
I'll say this. I will say this myself is that like the production company that's making this, obviously like Radio Silence Productions. Yes, they've made the newer Scream films, and some of them are good, and some of them aren't really all that great. One of the reasons why I want to give them the benefit of the doubt is they made the VHS films, which is like basically found footage anthology horror films. And like they're all done in the style of like analog VHS kind of like footage and everything, right? So it's all horror stuff. I liked some of the entries that they did for some of those, and they had multiple directors do them. Like Adam Wingard was one of them who directed the Godzilla versus Kong films. Gareth Edmonds, who directed the Raid film, also did them as well too. So I kind of have some hope that they're probably going to do that good mixture of both action and horror in it. Maybe like they'll add a little bit more horror than what we originally saw before, because the previous films were very much like you guys said, Indiana Jones style
Slapstick. They had a lot of
adventures.
slapstick in it
Yeah.
too.
A little bit, yeah. There's a good bit of slapstick.
Well, let me
So
let me
we'll
ask you
see.
guys. Let me ask you guys this: do you would you put this in the summertime, or would you put it in the fall, like during
I'd put it
October?
around Halloween.
100%, no, 100% in the summer.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I'd put it around Halloween.
You think so?
Yeah.
I would do it.
Mm.
Well, I mean, like if you look at the original ones, they came around.
September.
They came out around Memorial Day,
Oh,
and
Right.
yeah,
I mean, that's why, like, a movie like this, you feel it would kind of fit well in the whole summer blockbuster avenue, but it could work as well for like Halloween too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what are we thinking? 2028 for this to come out?
I think so.
2028
Just
or
to give it
2029.
enough time, give it enough time to cook. I think
Yeah,
So
that-
2028 will work.
it all depends what else is coming out. So maybe if
Mm.
it's not like a busy summer, you throw this in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
So-
a good point.
So
because you
Ronan,
got it'll be post Secret Wars. It'll be post like whatever James Gunn
not
got
that,
going
not
on.
that, that
so-
would matter at all.
No, I'm just saying. It's like I'm just
Yeah.
like looking at the competition or whatever, and then
So,
Star
where
Wars
did-
is having a rebuild
Yeah.
moment. So
Right.
Okay, Ronan, where did the brother go at the end of that Chinese one?
Say again.
I
If you
know
remember,
he goes. He goes
Oh,
to South America.
Peru.
Okay,
yeah,
he said he was going to Peru because he thought there were no more mummies, and then
I was just wondering if that's what they would do next, since that's kind of if they would try to.
well, considering he got interviewed, considering Brendan Fraser got interviewed and said they're going back to the same locations, I think they're trying to bring this back a little bit more to Egypt and everything, like
Okay.
Imhotep and all those other kinds of characters.
Probably this is what they're
Okay.
gonna do. They said like, yeah, I tried the South America. There was no mummies over there, so that's how they just get the
No,
pot
Kreese,
back
I
to you.
feel like that could have been a joke at Indiana Jones or something.
Guys,
get
you
to
gotta
go to
remember.
Peru.
Maybe.
You gotta remember, he went to Peru. He found a raccoon that took his liver.
Yeah,
That is true.
that's how the crystal skull was made, because the liver got taken.
Oh my
God.
So, and if they're actually going to go to locations to film, that will be actually a plus.
No, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
That'd be
They don't need to
better.
use a freaking volume just to film
Yeah.
the scenery. Just
mean-
actually go to the place.
I mean, pretty much all the original actors are still alive. So, I mean, if they want to bring Imhotep back, they possibly could.
No, they'll get Arnold Vosloo back. I know he's still. I don't know what the last thing is he's done, but I'm sure he'll come back to do this.
The only thing that I'm just worried about is if it's gonna be the freaking Luke Skywalker effect, Jake Skywalker. of
I
like,
don't.
yeah.
I highly doubt it.
Colhauser.
But it is a fair concern.
Were you
It's
gonna
like,
bring
you
up
know,
how he did Destro and GI Joe?
Well, he was Dartan.
Oh, okay.
Destro,
That was the last thing I saw him in.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Darth.
I actually liked his Zartan. I actually liked it.
Zartan. That was his name.
Listen, he played a better Marwan in season 424. He was pretty good.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. I guess we can move on to our next thing.
What's next on the agenda?
Yeah, we got Dave Filoni. He's in trouble.
oh, Ryan's favorite.
Dave Filoni's dog.
Oh God!
Save
Please,
Dave-
somebody
save
save Dave
Dave
Filoni's dog.
Save Dave
s-
Filoni's dog.
So we got Mando and Grogu coming out like next week. Also, I was watching DA's video. Shout out to Derek Anderson or whatever.
It's actually coming out Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. I was just saying, I know Dave Filoni had a conference with the head guy of Disney. So what do you guys think about that? You think they're gonna have to revamping or
I doubt it. At best, what they're gonna do is probably minimize the usage of sequel characters, but they're not going to get rid of it altogether. They're just gonna minimize the use. Like the Rey movie may or may not happen. I think it's still gonna happen regardless.
So,
but you notice like in the parks they're starting to use more original trilogy. So
yeah,
realizing that the sequels are heavily unpopular.
Yeah.
Well, so we do know like this big rumor going around that they're going to get rid of the sequel trilogy.
I don't
it's
think
not
so.
going to happen.
It's a rumor, but much like how many rumors there were with Kathleen Kennedy leaving, it's likely not going to happen. We'll believe it
eventually happen. But
last week, I mean, we had literally an exclusive shout out to Danny at Comics Hand. Like she gave us like the cold hard facts. Like she knows people. Like she said she bring out the receipts or whatever. So so I
and also if they delete the sequels, they're admitting that we were right the entire time.
Were you going to say Colhauser?
Well, I was going to say they can't delete the sequels because, as Phantom said, if they delete them, they'll shows that Disney is a failure when it comes to Lucasfilm.
Yeah,
they shows that they can't make movies and they can't even make TV shows because everything they've done has been lumped into one universe of coal, where they can't do anything right. They've been I know some people still will call Rogue One their best movie, was like the only good thing they did. I still think Rogue One's a piece of garbage. Everything they've touched has been a failure, so they can't delete it. And if they did, why did they spend all that money making all these changes? Why did they take out? They basically killed off everybody, Han, Luke, and Leia. Yeah, and Leia for circumstances, but and they basically deleted the EU. So why would they get rid of something where they can't go back? They've ruined the franchise. They've destroyed the franchise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, go ahead.
Here's one of the reasons why they most likely wouldn't even decide to entertain this idea in the first place. It's not so much about whether or not they're able to make movies. It's not so much about like what kind of lore they're even able to salvage or recuperate from any of this. I think ultimately it's about money in the sense of if they show that they're going to delete a lot of this stuff and basically say none of this ever happened, none of the movies that came out before basically mean anything. The general consensus, like the general vision over Disney Star Wars is going to be nobody really cares to want to watch any of it if none of it really matters. What happens then? Investor confidence basically tanks. Mm-hmm. So do you think any person sane enough is going to want to continue investing money into Lucasfilm, into Disney, knowing that these guys can't competently run this franchise? At the very least, basically going forward with this, they'll still salvage some kind of supposed confidence with whatever they have.
It's bad when like the new boss has to meet the other boss on like, okay, where are we going with this direction? Because you just don't like, if corporate America, like if your boss's boss and their boss's boss is showing up to your lot it's not one of them conversations where you have milk and cookies. It's one of them. No, we need to figure this problem out now. Like, what are we gonna do now? So.
I mean,
Right.
if you really look at like Star Wars, like Mando season 1 and 2 were good. Season 3 was absolute dog shit.
It was
straight up dog shit.
And shout out to Danny. She gave us the exclusives on why it was.
After I mean, everybody hated it because of what they did to Gina. Shout out Gina Carano. Hope you kick Ronda Rousey's ass this weekend. We'll be watching for you.
Even despite the Gina thing, the season 3 was just rushed because I mean Gina also was involved because they removed Gina. They had to figure out a way to use.
And Pedro just didn't want to do it no more.
And then it was rushed overall. And just trash.
And there's nothing to be salvaged because nothing was any good. If you go back, if we go back to Empire Strikes Back, one of the things we all loved was Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah.
Then you have an idea of making a Boba Fett show, and what do? They make him take off his helmet, make him a good guy.
Yeah.
The only good thing was the music for that show. That's about it.
Even in season 2, Mando, when they introduced Boba Fett, when he was taking down stormtroopers left, right, and center,
that was pretty badass.
That was badass.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted. But when they reflected back into this, I'm going to be I'm going to be the head guy of the city or Tatooine, and I'm going to work with everybody. That's not what you want. You want limited Boba Fett not talking and just disintegrating. What did Vader say to Boba Fett? No disintegration.
No disintegration.
Yeah.
Because we know what he did to fucking Aunt Peru and fucking Uncle.
And that's what we wanted in a Boba Fett show. That's all we needed.
We could have had Sopranos in space, man. We could have had Sopranos in space during that, man.
To a certain extent, you could have.
Come on, Colhauser. Even you agree with me on this. When fucking the Sarlacc pulled Slave 1 down and it couldn't pull Mando into it, that was retarded, dude. That was
so dumb.
Everything about that. And even with Luke, why did we get what we did? Sorry, with Obi-Wan, why did we get that series that we did? That's like, did you see the thumbnail on Disney Plus for Obi-Wan? It has Reba on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only good thing in that whole series is when you see Vader for the first time walking down the street and he lifts a dude up, doesn't even do nothing. He just pulls the guy up, snaps his fucking neck.
But see, those are things
you were warned.
But I didn't even want to see that. I did not want to see. All I want, if we're gonna see Vader in an Obi-Wan series, we see him on the Death Star or we see him on the Star Destroyer. I want to see
them fighting those 2 times in the show kind of ruined the.
Yeah, I want to see Obi-Wan do what he needs to do to protect Luke, to do his business on Tatooine. Yeah. That's all we needed.
He was supposed to kill people on sight, and he didn't kill people on sight.
The most insulting aspect in all of this too is that they basically write Obi-Wan to more or less neglect his duty of protecting Luke, which is the reason why he's on Tatooine in the first place, to go and save Leia. What's the reasoning for that?
Yoda gave Bella Grana his job to do, and he gave Obi-Wan his job to do. That was it. That was the last we needed to see of Bella Grana and Leia. Didn't have to see anything else.
They literally they wrote Obi-Wan like Luke from The Last Jedi. Literally, Obi-Wan was Luke from The Last Jedi. On Tatooine when he cut himself off from the fucking Force. It was literally Luke 2.0 in that series in the beginning of it. Literally, that's what it was.
And on top of that, they committed the ultimate sin of having Qui-Gon as
that was bad because
even how it works. He never finished his training. He never finished.
And sorry to be deflecting because of what we're getting now. Nobody wanted this Grogu series, Mando series.
Not really.
There's no interest. I love Transformers. I love G.I. Joe, but I also love Star Wars. And I don't like Star Wars anymore because of what they've done. And this movie is not going to get me out to go watch. Whether, and I know Ryan's talked about this, seeing that they may put Han, Luke, and Leia in, that still won't get me to this movie because I just don't care anymore about Star Wars.
And that's another thing.
I forgot.
That's
are they
another
still?
thing.
Is Han, Luke, and Leia still alive in this during
Yes.
the Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Colt, this is how bad I'm a huge Star Wars fan because I went to see the original Star Wars. I was a year and a half old, 1977. I was not even 2 years old yet, and I got to see it in theaters before I was 2 years old. I'm so sick of Star Wars. On my thumbnail for Star Wars Day, I literally had fucking Spock from Star Trek on there say, "May the Force be with you."
That was so cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they keep on using the prequel characters too. Like, they're using
Member berries.
prequels. Yeah.
Member
it's- Yeah, I'm not liking this.
Yeah, and I know everyone's saying, the new Maul show is good, but hey, listen, Maul died in Phantom Menace.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the end of it.
He fucking fights Vader. He fights
I will
Vader and he
say-
gets away from Vader.
I've watched it outside the last 2 episodes where Vader doesn't speak and basically trashes Maul like a piece of trash. The rest of the episodes are just
Anytime when
memorable at
you see
all.
Dark,
There's nothing
anytime
going
when you
on.
see Dark Maul, just know that it's a cash grab. Anytime
Yeah.
you see Dark
Yeah.
Maul,
Yeah.
anytime you see Hayden Christensen, anytime you see what's his name, Ian McGregor, any of those guys, prequel guys, it's a cash grab and they're desperate, man.
The
That's
thing
all
is
that is.
that show
This point now,
overall was
yeah.
kind of mad outside the last 2 episodes where Darth Maul just basically treated them like a toy.
But we got to remember one thing. The world between worlds is still at play here. And I guarantee you they're going to use that to do time travel shenanigans at some point. They're going to use it.
And then
And
on
see,
top
I
of that,
Why do you have to remind me of that?
and then on top of that, Ahsoka is gonna be not ready in the next 2 to 4
Yeah,
years.
it's
or
delayed to
something?
27.
And it get delayed till
Oh
never.
yeah, that's right. They did
Just
delay
cancel
it.
it at that point.
So
But-
they're talking about that the filming's done. The filming's done for it. But they had not said who's going to be Balin Skull because they have to recast Ray Stevens because he passed
I
away.
feel like that might be an
Yeah,
issue
but
why it got
nothing.
delayed is
No,
recasting.
they just have to recast that character, Ray Stevenson's character. That's
Yeah,
it. It's not
then
like
why
it's
would
a
it get
delay or
delayed?
anything.
Is there would be
Because
there be
they
a
have
reason?
no confidence in it. That's why.
Yeah.
Because
Besides
everybody
that.
hated it. Everybody hated it.
So for this Mando and Grogu movie, I have no interest, and I like I said, I just don't care.
Yeah,
Mike,
I'll go back and watch Star
You know, it
Wars.
might just
I
fall
get-
off the truck.
Guys,
I
let me
get
break
more
it down
into-
for you. Let me break it down for you. Mando's going to die in this. I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I get more
Pedro-
entertainment in terms of Star Wars. I get more entertainment having a discussion with Colhauser and everybody else on like his show,
Shout
or
out
watching the old stuff than I do with like any of the new shit that's coming out now.
There's
Shout out
nothing
to Dan.
interesting.
Shout out to Danny. She let us know what happens at the end. Like
The thing is,
Oh, boy.
there's nothing interesting happening with current Star Wars, unless like
Yeah.
there's an occasional animated show that's maybe slightly good.
I
But
said this
even then,
I said this in my video. There's only six Star Wars movies. Technically 7 if you want to count Rogue One.
Rogue
Ted-
One outside of
Colhauser
Vader is
wouldn't, but
memorable.
I would
No,
probably agree with
if
you,
I'm gonna
Adam.
do 7, I do the Taranowski Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my 7.
Yep.
Tartakovsky
Now-
Clone Wars
now-
animated series is
Cartoon
good.
one.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for me, I know Big Headed Mo's in the chat, and I know how he feels about the prequels. But for me, it's like
Oh, Mr. Phantom Menace himself that owns it, the physical VHS copy that I got a picture
Yeah.
of, Mo. I haven't forgot. I haven't forgot, Mo. Like, you on camera, brother.
like for myself, like I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Like Sunday, like a couple weeks ago, I showed my 1979 vintage 3PO. That's this tall from 1979. I still have it. And
I got the original 3 on VHS, like the silver box.
dude,
there.
I have 2 versions of the original trilogy. I have the original before they did they redid all that
features.
shit,
Yeah.
and I have the newer cut. I have both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
And-
I got the original cuts too.
It breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart that they took this franchise and eviscerated it. They had plenty of the EU. I mean,
they
George
didn't want to use
Lucas
it.
okay the EU, but yeah, the thing is though, Ebola, they're using EU characters now.
Yeah. They said they didn't want to use the EU. Then when they ran out of stuff, they started using the EU.
They're cherry picking. That's all that it is. It's cherry picking.
For instance, the Ahsoka series, they started using the undead stormtroopers, the dark
Ebola. They still got to do Heir to the Empire. That's going to be next. Is Heir to the Empire?
That's probably season 2 is Heir to the Empire because Thrawn comes back, but they don't have Mara Jade, so they can't really do a true Heir to the Empire.
Dave Filoni didn't even pay attention to George Lucas when he was like talking about the Force, man.
Dave Filoni was busy doodling Ahsoka half the time.
You know, it's like I've said this before. When it came to Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, Nicholas Meyer went back and watched all the old Star Trek episodes from the 60s. He said, "Okay, we're gonna." He liked the episode Space Seed with Ricardo Montalban, who played Khan. This is the movie we're gonna make it on. In Star Trek II, still I got it over Empire Strikes Back. Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan is my favorite, movie. And that's what it takes. It takes for these guys to go back and watch it's what they didn't do. They didn't go back and watch any of the old Star Wars movies. They just figured, we'll just write this on the board. We'll take this, and that was it.
Yeah, but don't forget Colhauser. In the newer ones, they took Khan's blood to bring Kirk back alive, and they couldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't care about the Jar Jar Abrams stuff. They don't make any sense. Yeah, they don't exist.
Yeah. We most of us in here, we watched Starfleet Academy.
Yeah. I didn't watch it because I just watched As review on it. So that's it.
Yeah. You don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Although I will say
the first gay Klingon.
AP liked the show. Unfortunately,
first gay Klingon.
I bet he did.
AP's the only one who likes Starfleet Academy.
Go
just speaking ill of the poor man while he's not here. Thanks.
Hey, just look at the channel. I talked about best videos on the channel is me talking about Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
so I guess we'll go on to our next subject. 40th anniversary of G.I. Joe next year. So what do you guys think? I'm gonna let you guys cook on that one. Yeah.
I hope we get an anniversary DVD. I hope we do.
I think we will, because right now the classifieds they're pumping those out. I know they were talking about. So this is what they did for Transformers 40th. They did they showed the first 3 episodes in theater, and I know they're planning to do that as well for next year for the anniversary. Yeah, I'm excited for G.I. Joe. I'm not excited for what the plans are for Hasbro and Bonavanti Pictures and what with Paramount, what they want to do with another movie, but we just have to wait and see because they've been on the downhill of doing things. And and listen, even with the classifieds and stuff like this, what they've been doing, not too impressed with how they've been putting these out, but I'm glad for the 250th anniversary for United States, the Duke they're doing. I'm very happy with that. So, but we just have to wait and see what their plans are for next year.
I mean, I know you're not a fan of the Michael Bay stuff, but I got a chance to watch the most recent Transformers the movie, and it actually seemed like they were course correcting the Transformers in Rise of the Beast, and you had the Maximal show up, and I think they are trying their best to course correct the live action Transformers universe. Now, if they're doing G.I. Joe, which the spoilers, the post credit, the kid gets handed a card with the G.I. Joe logo on it. If they're going to do G.I. Joe crossover Transformers, they got to get the right actors to play these characters.
Okay.
Don't put the Rock as Roadblock, Please.
Okay, so they basically threw that out now from that Rise of the Beast.
Okay, so they have.
So they tossed that. So, and I think I had this conversation with Jay because we were talking about G.I. Joe. If you're going to do a crossover, you do the crossover limited like they did in Transformers Season 3. Yes. Where you had Cobra Commander, you had Destro's technology, and then you had Flint and Lady J's daughter who was in a whole bunch of episodes. That's all you need to do it. Now, if you want to do it like the Skybound comics, sure. But everything is, the problem with Hollywood now is everything is a multiverse. And it's because of Marvel, everything's gone into a multiverse thing now. You got to have this entity in this, and you got to have everything together. And this is where everything's just like, I don't want to watch this Doomsday movie because it's not going to make any sense. You're going to have like 200 characters. Think about this. G.I. Joe, there's hundreds of characters. You can only put so many in an episode to at least, highlight who's there. You just can't do that with these multiverse. And that's why the Transformers in G.I. Joe, it doesn't work if you stick everybody in it because everyone needs screen time. And it just doesn't work. It doesn't work properly.
I think if they do a live action G.I. Joe movie, do Pyramid of Darkness.
You know what? You know what would have been a good
August.
You know what could have been a good G.I. Joe movie? 13 Hours. Act of Valor.
Yeah.
Any one of those movies you could have took the concept of and turned that into a G.I. Joe movie. And Michael Bay did 13 Hours. So what's stopping him from saying, you know what? I have a military movie that we just did. We can do something different, but almost in the same aspect and make it a G.I. Joe movie.
I mean, hell, you could take some of the characters from his first Bay movie, the military, and they could be you substitute them for Joe characters.
We all know Passion 57, right?
Yeah.
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 Wouldn't that have been a good G.I. Joe Special Missions movie with Stalker?
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes playing Stalker?
Okay.
Yeah.
There's so much they can do out there, but when they actually made a G.I. Joe movie, they failed, and they failed bad. So
I agree with you one thing. I think I like the second one better because it was more in tune with the comic books and the cartoon. Cobra Commander, for one, it's not Dr. Mindbender, which absolutely pissed me the fuck off in the first movie. But
you got to remember too, The Rock. So you got to look at how this was done in G.I. Joe. In G.I. Joe canon, it goes Duke. In that movie Retaliation, it goes Flint, Lady J, then Roadblock. Because The Rock was in it, it was Roadblock. He was in command. It shouldn't have went that way. And that's one of the reasons why they killed off Channing Tatum, because The Rock was coming in, so you got to have him in the lead.
Well, also, Tatum only had a 3-movie deal, and he's like, I got to be in this, just kill me off in the beginning of it.
So it just didn't make any sense, these movies. That's why the Cobra scenes with Cobra Commander and Firefly and Storm Shadow, they were actually, and Zartan, they were good scenes.
Well, that with Snake Eyes, them fighting on the mountain.
Yeah, really and Jinx was there too. So I don't have any confidence in what they're planning on doing movie wise. Because they are doing a full reboot. Michael Bay is apparently coming back for Transformers. We don't know how this thing's all going to play out, but I don't see any hope in the future. I just don't for next year anyway.
If they can move away from fucking Unicron, I'll be even more happier because they've used Unicron way too fucking much in the Transformers at the end. So. Either is he Earth himself from the Prime universe, or is he he's coming from outer space?
They like I said, they don't know what they're doing. They're not even they're just looking at this and that. Go, you know what? Let's add this. Let's add that.
They're James Gunn. They have no roadmap.
Yeah,
they're James Gunn.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. But Cole, I like to ask you this: any of the arcs in the G.I. Joe series, what would you like? Like for me, it could be Pyramid of Darkness or when they create Serpentor. What would be your pick for a G.I. Joe movie in the arcs of G.I. Joe, the series itself?
If you want to do an arc for the G.I. Joe series itself, I would do probably Cobra Stops the World. That's the one where there was a whole bunch of oil tankers coming from Venezuela. Funny.
Oh,
that they basically
how timely.
They could do that. They can do the right stuff. Sorry, the wrong stuff, or they can do Money to Burn. There's a handful of episodes that they can actually do, which would that would work.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I was going back and rewatching a lot of the Cause
Pyramid of Darkness is a great episode. It's a great well, it's basically a movie. It's a great movie. Same with Revenge of Cobra. So
hey, we got the first appearance of Shipwreck was in Pyramid of Darkness. You know, he made his first appearance. Ryan, you should play Shipwreck.
Actually, no, he came in Revenge of Cobra.
Yep. Man, I love G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was like I actually like I had the smaller figures, but I started off with the taller figures with the Kung Fu grip and stuff. And yeah, I love G.I. Joe. You know, probably one of the greatest cartoons ever. Good Patriot.
Yeah, it's G.I. Joe.
All right, so what we got up next, Kreese?
So we'll have a little bit of DC news with Deathstroke and Bane getting their own movie made by the Superbad director, which, I mean, Superbad was funny, but like I don't want him being in charge of Bane and Deathstroke. And of course, there's no Batman, and also we got some Matt Reeves news. Like he's been dropping some stuff for the Batman Part 2. So like, what do you guys think?
Was he supposed to drop something today? I haven't seen.
Yeah, he dropped dropped a lot of stuff on X today and yesterday. So
sharing the link right now. This is from a couple days ago when they announced this.
What? So Scarlett Johansson is in the new movie. Do we have who she's supposed to be yet?
She's gonna be Harvey Dent's wife.
That's for the Batman 2 that Matt Reeves is doing.
Yeah,
so
that's for Batman 2.
Okay.
Are we getting the Long Halloween then?
It's good. She's gonna be Gilda Dent or whatever. That's been confirmed, and so is Sebastian Stan. He's gonna be Harvey or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of.
He'll be good. He'll be good, Harvey Dent. He'll be good. Harvey.
He fits Harvey.
It sounds kind of promising, but I mean, what we get. It's okay. So to try and steal a little bit of my son AP, which by the way, if you guys are interested, go check out his channel because he just recently did a video on this. But to steal some words from my son AP, he obviously was covering like the news on this, and I imagine he, like a lot of other fans, if there are fans talking about this,
why
they're probably exactly. The big question is why. Why is this happening when you haven't even introduced Batman into this universe yet? Why are we doing this? Because this doesn't make
Clayface. We're getting Clayface without Batman. You know that
the Clayface trailer, and I understand like some of us here probably weren't interested. Like me, when I saw the trailer, I'm like, okay, this
I'm
has
interested.
some promise to it. Like it looks like it's a good horror film, possibly. But again, it goes back to.
Oh, go ahead, bro. My bad.
I was just saying it goes back to the big question that we all have. I imagine you were going to say this as well, Chris. It's like, why are we introducing Batman's rogues gallery before Batman? Batman's like the biggest character that you should be introducing.
Because they don't have Batman casted yet. That's why.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
But
I mean, that is kind of an obvious thing. But go
also,
ahead.
I was going to say this. You got arguably like two of Batman's top rogues gallery, like, you know, A+ villains. No offense to Clayface. Like, he's cool and all, but he's like B tier.
He's like the run-of-the-mill crook.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's a B tier villain in Batman's universe or whatever. Like, compared to these two right here, like, these are like his A-listers. Like, you know, like, they strike fear into Batman. Like, they push Batman to be a great hero or whatever. Clayface, he's cool or whatever. But like,
well, Clayface has a good, compelling like origin story as to why he becomes what he becomes, why he does what he does.
Yeah,
fine, you can make a film out of that, but it's
these two right here.
It's not really as interesting. These two, yes, these two characters
are mercenaries.
I remember like a couple years ago when Zack Snyder was the one that was still running the DC universe. You had I think it was Matthew Vaughn who was set to direct a Batman film with Ben Affleck and Deathstroke being the main villain in that one.
Script.
That would have been very promising.
I remember that.
Especially
that was
considering
like 10 years ago.
No, I know, but that's the point I'm making. Is like it's very promising because now that you're giving Batman his own solo film and he's going up against one of his most formidable adversaries, you know, this master tactician and mercenary, like that would have been promising, very promising. And like I don't know about the rest of you. I actually kind of like Ben Affleck as Batman. I thought he did a pretty good job. He did a good job as like a Dark Knight Returns version of Batman. Yeah. That's how I saw it. So him going up against Deathstroke would have been really cool, but nope, that whole thing gets canned. Fine, that's one thing. And then we get James Gunn handling this whole thing. Now he's introducing the villains as opposed to the main hero, the Caped Crusader himself.
Okay, can I say something real quick?
Go on.
I think, and I can see from a business point of view, however, I think they're looking at the success of the first Joker movie and they're saying like, okay, we can take a chance on these two characters because they're popular and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where they go. I think that's what they're trying to do. However, like
I think the only one they could do that with, just to try and like add some credibility to what you're saying, Kreese. The only one they could do that with is Deathstroke.
Yeah,
because there's at least an interesting storyline with
like
Slade
how he
Wilson
became
there.
Deathstroke and.
Yeah, I mean, they made a cartoon movie out of it.
As long as they bring him as Deathstroke the Terminator, where he was a vicious killer. He's a very vicious mercenary for hire.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you got to have that version of Deathstroke, in which I know Igbo is going to agree with me on this.
Yes.
The best version of Deathstroke that we've gotten live action was on the CW.
Came from Arrow.
Came from Arrow. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, like for myself, like we were talking about this the other night. We were like fan casting this, and if you guys are going to get somebody to play Bane, you need to get a wrestler.
Yeah.
Get Roman Reigns, or you get somebody that's like a big guy to play.
Big Latino guy.
You gotta get somebody to play Bane. He's got to be a wrestler to make it more authentic.
I'm going to say something unpopular here.
Go ahead.
We all know how. I know a lot of people don't like The Dark Knight Rises.
Right, of course.
Okay.
I know.
Listen, I like the movie. I understand there's flaws, but
are
they going to be able to find somebody Are they going to be able to find someone who can top Tom Hardy's performance as Bane in this new one?
I'm sorry.
That is not Bane, okay? Like that's not Bane. Like, no, bro.
That's not Bane.
I look, Colhauser, I won't lie.
Bane,
I'm with you on this actually, because I did like Tom Hardy's performance.
Even though he wasn't Bane,
I enjoyed it.
He did do a good performance.
That was some white dude. That was some big old buff white dude, just like
if they would have took some elements from the Bane from Batman and Robin and put it with that Bane where he had the Venom, he would turn the device and make himself hulking and stuff. I'm fine, but I know Nolan, he doesn't like to do the
more fantastical comic book elements, right?
But the thing, the mask was cool though.
Bane is literally Batman's ultimate opponent. He's literally Batman's end game. Bane is the only one that knows who truly he was until he got fucked up with the Venom. But Bane is the only character that's ever beat Batman. He's the only villain that's ever beat Batman.
And this is what I'm saying is, are they going to be able to match how like no one can match Heath Ledger's Joker right now,
right?
But is someone going to be able to match how Bane was in The Dark Knight Rises? And I don't think so, because he came in there,
I want some common accuracy on this one. I want a straight up Latino mercenary Bane on this one. Like no more realism. Okay,
yeah, I hear you.
Dark
I
Knight
want
was
a
more like
straight up,
Deathstroke.
like I want a Vato. Okay, I want a Vato.
I mean, like,
Bane.
I
Crease, I hear you.
Back, amigo.
I hear you, but
the
bar was set though with Tom Hardy's Bane. That's why I'm saying.
So the only thing I'll say, kind of push back a bit, Colhauser, is that the bar was raised, but it was raised a couple years back with Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah,
that version of Bane, like again, you had the Hispanic accent, you had the Venom, he was wearing the mask. Dude was an absolute killer in that one. And I remember watching that series as a kid. I was like, this guy's awesome. I love Bane. He's so cool.
Break the bat, amigo.
But that's not Ronin. The thing is, that's not live action.
No.
I know. I'm just saying, it's like the bar has been set higher before. Like, I mean, even from like an animated.
And who's memeable right now? Tom Hardy's Bane.
Tom Hardy is the memeable one. You're right.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like I said, that's what I said. You might get some hate, but I'm not trying to throw a monkey wrench in this, but I'm doing the pros and cons.
No, it's fine. It's more than fine. I like hearing that, actually.
That's fine with Batman's magical knee brace and weirdo pedo Bane. Like,
that magical knee brace is so fucking weird. I still don't get that bit.
And then you got Talia just coming out of nowhere doing the Bane switch. We thought this was going to be Bane's movie, but
oh boy.
Come on. When fucking Catwoman vanishes on Batman, he says, "So that's how it feels." Come on.
That's so
corny. Okay, no. I actually kind of found that funny.
That was corny.
It was corny, but it was I appreciated it.
Did anyone hate the movie?
I do. I hate that movie.
I didn't. I didn't hate it.
I have a
it's like you said, it has its faults.
Yeah,
overall, I found it entertaining, actually.
The thing was, Bane was not supposed to be the villain. It was supposed to be the Joker making his return, but Heath Ledger died. So they literally slapped. It's like their version of Nightfall, and it was not a good version of Nightfall for me.
Nightfall and No Man's Land.
What made it worse is like it was the whole entire Talia angle just coming out of nowhere. Like you give us the trailer of Bane. You like Bane is the guy.
Yeah,
he runs.
We don't need Talia. We don't need Talia.
The moment Talia took over as the League of Shadows, I was like, "Yep, I hate this movie." Nope.
And the thing is, this is the time when Damian had made his appearance in the comic books, and they killed Talia off, for Christ's sake.
Right.
And then the way she died was even worse. It was like,
and like I said, there's a lot of flaws in that movie. Dude. There's a lot of flaws.
There's this
Robin,
there's a fair bit of flaws in it.
Robin, hello.
That's probably the most egregious thing I would actually call out on. Is that I like Joseph Gordon. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, like him playing the cop, John Blake, and everything, right? The last minute ass pull that they do where it's like, oh, you should use your real name more often, Robin. And it's like, so this is our real interpretation of Robin.
I hated that.
Like, you could have just have him be a cop that helps Batman. I would have been fine with that. But
you know what he could have done? He could have went out and become Azrael. He could have been Azrael.
I would have been okay
that.
With
I actually would have liked a lot more.
If you would have said my name is Azrael, I would have forgave it. But you said your name is Robin, and I'm like, no, you don't get to do that, Nolan. You don't get to do that. Yeah, that's right, Christopher Nolan.
Nolan's been having problems these days. So
I
guess we could go ahead and go to our next one.
Let me say one thing. Nolan actually did one of the greatest movies of all time. He did a prequel to Godzilla -1 called Oppenheimer.
This is true.
Of course.
Okay,
speaking of Nolan, we might as well actually jump into it.
Go ahead. Let's talk about it.
So I guess the rumors are true. Elliot Page is Achilles.
Is that confirmed yet?
I'm sharing the one article. This is the first confirmation that we have, at least. Christopher Nolan confirms, it's coming from IGN, the casting twist for the Odyssey with one actor playing the dual roles. And as you can see by the photo, it is none other than Lupita Nyong'o playing.
No racism tonight, Ebola. No racism.
playing both
racism.
Helen of Troy as well as the sister of Helen of Troy as well too.
Oh yeah, Captain, as much. Yeah,
Clytemnestra. That's what the character's name is.
But the thing is, Hayden said this perfectly last night. Helen of Troy is part of the Iliad, not the Odyssey.
Yeah. And
Right.
also
The Odyssey is the journey back. It's the
Yeah.
journey back from Troy.
Also, the stupid thing about her playing twins is she's supposed to be the most beautiful person. Ryan said this on Daily. The most beautiful person in the world that's causes an entire war.
She has the face that
launched 1,000 ships.
Yes. And
in this case now, it's the face that launched, and I can't believe I'm stealing it. The face that launched 1,000 crypts.
But the point is, if she's playing a twin, then she's not that as amazing because she has the same face as someone else.
The uniqueness of the beauty is completely diminished at this point. That's the biggest problem when it comes to this. Is that, and look, I'm not saying that Lupita Nyong'o is some horrendous person. No, she's actually a beautiful lady as well too.
Yeah,
I'm more of a Gabrielle Union kind of guy myself, but putting that aside,
she's not.
But she's not Helen of Troy.
I had to say
Helen of Detroit.
I had to say this. I kind of agree with what Ebola said about her last week. She should have played a servant.
Oh God,
hey,
Jesus. But yes, the other thing too that they did also
historically it would make sense considering Black at the time during ancient Greece.
No, she should either be Egyptian, Middle Eastern, or Greek, but Mediterranean.
Mediterranean.
Yeah, she should be more Mediterranean or Greek.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if she would have played like somebody that's not Helen of Troy, which she was described in the books. Like, so I don't want to hear nothing on like, oh, it doesn't. Yeah, it actually does. They actually describe her in the books. Like,
Ronan,
yes.
Can you pull up the picture from the actress that was in Troy?
Oh, yes. Let me actually do that. I will show that soon enough.
Because I'll tell you, Kreese, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Riva all over again from Oblivion.
Oh,
yeah, it does.
Yeah,
like they're already getting ahead of it. They're already calling us racist. They're always calling us.
They're already having the fan attacking the fans already. So
now I would say this much. If Zendaya would have been fucking Helen of Troy, I wouldn't be so mad about this.
That's what I thought.
I would still kind of be upset. And I'm going to tell you why.
Troy,
I got the photo up right now. If you guys like to check it out, you want to talk about Helen of Troy. The face that actually launched 1,000 ships.
That was Helen of Troy.
Is Helen of Troy.
Yeah.
Diane Kruger was probably the best casting choice they could have gotten for the 2004 film. This is a absolutely stunning lady. Like, and I actually appreciated her too in Inglourious Bastards as what's her name?
Yeah,
the German actress that tries to be a spy. But
my thing was this: if there was no description of Helen of Troy, even though it would not culturally makes sense because she's not Greek, then you could probably get away with it. But since they actually describe her in the books on what she looked like white skin, long blonde hair, they give the descriptions of the
they compared to Aphrodite, for Christ's sake, the goddess of fucking love.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they gave us the descriptions. Like, so it's not like then that means Nolan's just ignoring the canon. That's what I'm saying.
It's not so much that Nolan's ignoring the canon. There's a lot of speculation going on, and hasn't been 100% confirmed. But the suggestion is that Nolan is adapting an adaptation or translation of the Odyssey from Emily Wilson. It's basically a feminist revisionist kind of.
Yeah, that's what Ryan said the other day. Or
the GCA had this last night.
The reason for
this vision, like they're ignoring canon. That's what I'm looking at. At the end of the day, let's go back to the original. Let's go back to the original scripts. That's what I'm saying.
That's the point that I'm trying to make, and I understand what you're saying too. It's like, instead of just getting a new revisionist version that just came out in 2017, the better thing would be obviously to just go straight to the source, the original book that got translated from ancient Greek to English. It's better. You're better off doing something like that. But instead, Nolan mentioned the book in passing during an interview. Again, we don't know if that's the one that he's adapting, but considering a lot of the changes that are occurring, and again, once the film actually comes out, when we see how the characters are, actually, I just remembered, Anne Hathaway as well also basically said that I was reading through the script because she plays as Penelope, which is Odysseus' wife, reading through the script to see how Penelope is, and you've written her to be far more fierce and independent, like she's Odysseus's equal, which stands to reason he may have actually taken that translation to be his basis.
And his brother's not part of this one either. That's the thing. Like,
isn't Zendaya playing Athena?
Yeah,
Zendaya's playing Athena.
She does not strike me as someone playing the goddess of wisdom and battle strategy.
Well, if you want to talk about terrible casting choices, let's also talk about the other one for Achilles.
Is this still? Is this still
quickly? Can I just make a prediction?
Go ahead.
I bet you she's gonna win the Oscar for Best Actress.
Lupita Nyong'o, or Zendaya? Oh, okay.
I guarantee it.
Well, I mean,
I would believe it.
If you want to walk down the theory alley once again, I think the reason why this is even happening in the first place is because the Oscars have all those new prerequisites for trying to get your movie into the list.
Nolan wants to keep on winning. Like, Nolan strikes me as I want to keep on winning. He doesn't want to settle. So like he
won for Oppenheimer.
He's willing to bend the knee. He's willing to bend the knee.
This is what I'm trying to say, Phantom. Is like since he's a winner and he'll do anything to win, he will play by their rules. So that's why we got what we got in everything.
Oppenheimer was probably the last time he could go for historical accuracy and still win it. Now that they're changing the rules,
remember it would have been because he had also minorities behind the scenes doing boom operator or whatever.
Boom operator, camera work, makeup, all of it.
I was gonna say, if you wanted to put Peter Nyong'o as something, she should have been Athena. That's what I would have said. Like, put her as Athena, and like get somebody else.
No, I think that would have been worse. That would have been worse.
Like we were talking about. Like, we've talked about this before. For me, Ellen Page. I'm using her dead name, by the way. She's a fucking female. she could have been the Oracle of Delphi. I would have been fine with that because the Oracle of Delphi they gender bend. Some of them were hermaphrodite. Some were male being female. I wouldn't have a problem with that, or males being females, and the other way around. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I mean, he could have been the Cyclops. Wouldn't have a problem with that because
we said that originally as a joke.
Your character. But you're making Ellen Page Achilles. One of the most important characters in the fucking Iliad.
Is it confirmed that she's Achilles?
So it is confirmed that she's Achilles, most likely. But the idea is that she's playing the ghost of Achilles. That her appearance as Achilles is going to be at some point in the underworld.
She wasn't a strong enough man.
I guess not.
But the thing is, so you had Brad Pitt, who played Achilles in Troy, probably one of his best fucking roles ever. Totally a badass in that movie. Now you got this scrawny twerp that used to be a fucking Shadowcat from fucking X-Men.
Right.
And then on top of that, you got and don't get me wrong, I like a little bit of Travis Scott music. He's from Houston, so shout out to the H or whatever.
Oh, that shit with Travis Scott's retarded. That's just Travis Scott.
Come on,
reasoning is so
come on,
stupid.
Nolan. You could if you wanted to pick a rapper.
Okay, so out of one side of his mouth, he's saying he doesn't want to use an orchestra for the movie because orchestras didn't exist at that time. On the other side of the mouth, he's also saying, "Oh, I got Travis Scott to play a poet in the Odyssey to try and represent how all these tales were passed down over history in a similar manner like rap." And it's like,
I was gonna say,
what are you doing?
If you're gonna be if you was gonna pick a rapper or rappers or whatever, you could have had Common. I would have been okay with Kendrick Lamar or whatever. Like, if you would Travis Scott is not that type of guy. Like, if you was gonna pick for this particular type of movie, like
you could have done made orchestral where it sounded Greek orchestral.
You could have did like Bone Thugs and Harmony or whatever. You know, you could have did something that wasn't.
Can I say something right quick? The thing is, black people during this time frame were either gladiators or slaves.
That is the reality.
And the thing is, in the Trojan War, you know, the Trojans didn't believe in slavery, so they didn't have any slaves there, unless it was like people they conquered, which is their neighbors. I mean, this whole thing with Travis Scott, this whole thing that it's an allegory of how rap started. That's fucking retarded, Nolan. What the fuck are you?
If he's casted for it to make sense, he should have been like a gladiator.
You know, Christopher Nolan is striking me as the unk that's trying to be cool, bro. Like he said, "Yo,
how do you do, fellow blacks?"
Like,
do you remember, Kreese? Do you remember what movie was it? Was it CB4? Yeah, CB4 with Chris Rock and Phil Hartman when he's wearing the hat on backwards and everything. You know, that's Chris Nolan right there.
Chris Nolan trying to stay in current events. Yo, what's going on in the hood, man? Like, what's up?
You know what, Christopher Nolan? You know what you should have done? You shouldn't have done the Odyssey. You should have just done the live action version of Ulysses 21 when it's in outer space, when this shit would have worked better in it.
I'm just saying, like, you know, once again, like Travis Scott representing H-Town, like he's loved over here. So like, I'm glad that Travis Scott
he's not Greek.
Right.
Well, listen, what I'm trying to say is this: you could have picked a better rapper.
Listen, Run DMC is better when it comes to a lyrical.
DMC would have done good.
Because they were when it came to hip hop and rap,
they loved the Odyssey stuff.
They knew, you know, the lyrical lines of like poetry. That's someone you would use.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's the question I wanted to ask. If you're gonna grab a rapper, like, are you grabbing somebody who's just doing the basics or understands like poetry?
That's why I said like Kendrick Lamar would have been perfect for this role because he's a poet rapper and everything.
This guy is bending the knee, and that's all it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Guys, you gotta remember something. Yeah, really, is Travis Scott not really Hades after that concert he did when all those people died?
I thought you were talking about the one where he's like got fire behind him and just swinging the freaking mic stand.
Wait,
that's great.
That remains. Who's Penelope Persephone then?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard that name said yet for the casting.
Well, I had to.
I was just saying it's the daughter of Hades. It's the wife of Hades.
I'm actually fine that Matt Damon is going to be Odysseus. I have no issue with that. I have no issue with. Damon. But have we had like casting for Paris or
I think Tom Holland is Paris. Isn't Tom Holland Paris?
No, Paris. He's Odysseus' son. He's Odysseus' son.
Isn't that what Tom Holland's playing?
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, all I know is this is one movie I'm not gonna watch. So
I'm not.
Honestly, I would have had more interest if it was Robert Eggers.
I'm gonna watch it just for the
film because Robert Eggers seems to really go for that historical accuracy. I haven't seen The Northman yet, but The Northman, from what I hear, a lot of people say is like very, very good. Like it's very close to like a lot of like the Viking era stuff that occurred at that time. And I heard people really like Nosferatu as well. So he does a really good job. He does a really good job when it comes to like actually really trying to be accurate to the time period that he's making. Yeah. So I think he would have done a better job doing the Odyssey.
Does anyone here remember them? Or if anyone, it's a movie of Robert Meyer Burnett. It's called Free Enterprise. It's with Eric McCormick, William Shatner, Phil Lamar. And there was one part in the movie when Shatner says he's going to do a musical rap about William Shakespeare. And one of the guys asked him and goes, "Isn't that insane?" And Shatner goes, "Of course it's insane, but I know I can do it." You know, this is how that feels.
Yeah, that's what
Chris do it. He could do it. I've actually had Shatner's records. I have a few. I used to have a few of them. He can do it.
Okay, so Paris has not been casted yet.
So,
okay.
I was gonna say this from what I'm looking at, because like also it doesn't help that the fanboys are Nolan. And I'm sorry if you're like some of you Nolan fanboys are like
not even Jeremy is happy with this.
Listen,
no.
like y'all guys will defend y'all guys will defend Tenet. Like y'all are really defending on this.
This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be worse than Tenet. This is gonna be worse than Tenet.
This is gonna be bad.
Is what I think.
No, I think it's gonna make money. Like we got to keep it real. This is going to make money or whatever. Like this is the first week. The first week it'll probably make money. Now the word of mouth is gonna be the problem. Like if it like that's what's gonna be the issue is the word of mouth. If it's gonna be good or not. If it's because this movie's about 3 hours long, right?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know if they get given a 4 hours.
4 hours.
They haven't set a runtime for it yet, as far as I know. But
can you look it up right now, Ronan?
Sure. Let me see if I can.
It's an epic from Nolan. It's going to run close to 4 hours.
Yeah, let's see. Because like that's also going to depend on it.
Okay, it says between
confirmed runtime of under 3 hours, from what it says.
It says 140 to 175 minutes.
Yeah, so just under 3 hours, basically, because 3 hours would be 180 minutes. They're saying here that the reason why it could be just under 3 hours is because the film's being shot completely in IMAX 70 film. And that type of film that you use only has a maximum runtime of 3 hours to use on a projector reel for it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
hopefully Tom Cruise doesn't have a movie coming out for IMAX that year.
Yeah. So
well, actually, speaking of, I'm pretty sure I think it's this week now, isn't it, Colhauser? That Top Gun's
yesterday.
Starting yesterday. Top Gun's now in theaters again. Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick.
That's what's up.
40th anniversary, right?
Yep.
That's correct. I gotta go to AMC, see if they still have the popcorn buckets for them, especially the Maverick helmet. I really want to get that. It's the fighter helmets.
That's cool.
Goose and Maverick helmets.
Yep.
That's nice.
You know what I'm gonna do to remember Top Gun? I'm gonna go watch Hot Shots.
Oh yeah, Hot Shots. The parody. That was funny, man. That's a funny parody. Speaking of IMAX, and I think this is gonna hurt the Grogu, Mando and Grogu movie. Is Michael Jackson is coming back to the IMAX theaters wherever this week. So
I got it up now.
Yeah, that it already passed Bohemian Rhapsody already.
Now Bohemian Rhapsody was a good movie. I've seen it.
That's a good movie or whatever. I'm not doubting it, but since it hasn't even hit the Asian countries yet, for this movie hasn't opened up yet.
I was looking at it. It only hasn't hit Japan and Korea. Every other Asian country already has box office numbers.
Has it had another drop? Has it had another drop?
I think it went down to I think it went down to 33% the third week or whatever. I haven't looked at those numbers or anything, but I know there's a lot of people that are still going to watch this movie. This movie still got legs or whatever. And
no, go ahead, finish up.
And also because that's how I know that the movie is doing good is if when you get taken off of IMAX for about a week and they said no, this movie's making money and they're bringing it back and they boot Star Wars out for some spots, that's when you know. I think this movie's gonna make $1 billion. Or it's gonna be really close or whatever.
How much is it right now? What's the box office on it now?
Let me check.
Right now, I think it's at 600. It's a little bit under 6 million. 600 million.
I'll tell you.
So are they going they're gonna limit the run for a little while? Then they're gonna bring it back full force for Memorial Day weekend, right?
Okay, worldwide it's at 611 million.
Okay.
Nice. Those are some pretty good numbers.
And you said it hasn't opened in Japan or China yet?
Or Korea.
Nothing yet.
Basically, it's gonna
wait. I just got South Korea is on this list now.
So they did just open up in South Korea.
So South Korea has right now it's at
well, if it hasn't hit China yet, which it will soon enough, it's gonna. So it has. Okay, so then it will hit
China
$1 billion.
has 9 million already for their numbers.
Considering how much the Asian community, the Asian countries actually like Michael Jackson's music.
Yeah.
It's
only
gonna
one
hit $1
that's-
billion.
The only one's missing is Japan right now, but
Japan
Korea has 115,000
I'm
right now.
I'm
And that was-
honestly interested in probably
that was
watching this
yesterday's
movie
thing.
again.
I'm
Like,
gonna go back
yesterday
and
at-
rewatch it again.
Yesterday
Yeah.
at work, I was
I'm
listening to
gonna-
some of his best hits on Spotify while I was
I'm
at work,
gonna go watch
and
it
like,
again.
Yeah,
oh my god, it's
we
yeah.
were
I kind of want to watch
talking,
the movie again.
we were talking about this the other night, and Campy is like, when it goes to streaming, we're gonna find it. We're gonna watch it in Discord.
It is
Very
worth
nice.
mentioning. Context is South Korea's box office thing just opened yesterday for us. They just
Okay.
their box office opened literally on the 13th.
That's where it's going to do gangbusters. is
Yeah, because
Korea.
I showed you that they're having merchandise and light sticks for Michael Jackson at the movie theater.
It's Korea, Japan, like some of those Asian countries. You still got Europe. That still
Asian
loves the,
country is and
Yeah.
music. Usually,
like the
do
Asian
Hell,
scene and the European scene, and then once again the domestic scene. The fact, like I said, that they're bringing it. Like last week, they said it was coming out of IMAX. They said, okay, it's done or whatever. And then there was more popular demand to bring it back to IMAX, however. And then you're booting out Star Wars, dude. Like that
Yeah.
shows you how much they don't care about Mando and Grogu. Where Michael Jackson just moonwalked them and kicked them out off the a couple of those IMAX.
I'm gonna
screens or-
say this much.
Yeah.
I guarantee, if Grogu and Mando don't do well,
because
it'll
Michael
be on
Jackson-
It'll be on Disney Plus
within
Yeah.
a week.
at least a couple months early.
Yeah. So like
I-
the
I-
21st, they said the 21st. Like I think this weekend is coming back to IMAX. So like that just proves how popular this movie is. It has legs still, and it's like the third week of the month of this movie, and it's
So
people
I
still keep on going.
I wonder since like we've had Bohemian Rhapsody, we've had Michael Jackson.
Mhm.
I wonder if the movie docuseries, like them do documentaries on like musicians and stuff, is that making a rebound now?
Well, I wouldn't say it's making a rebound. I think it's just kind of always been a thing that's kind of been happening because you still have like you have the Elvis Presley biopic that came out like
That was
last year, 2
dog
years
water.
ago. You have the
Yeah, it
Bruce
was.
Springsteen one that also came out even
It
years
was
before
trash.
That
you
Bob
had
Marley
Taron-
one was trash. Dude,
You had
Yeah.
Taron Egerton in the what's it called? Don't tell me. God, what's that guy's name again? The guy that sings Rocket Man. I can't remember what his name was.
Elton John.
Elton John.
Elton John.
Elton John,
But then-
yes, yeah.
but
Taron
then
Egerton was Elton John in that one.
You had Walk the
Um,
Line. You had Walk the Line with
Yeah, Johnny Cash.
Johnny
Yeah.
Cash. And
You
then,
got
of course,
Straight Outta
even a couple
Compton.
years, I was just going to mention Straight Outta Compton. That was probably
That
was
movie's
my
phenomenal.
favorite one until Michael came out.
Yeah, until
now
Michael
it's
came.
number 2, and Michael's number 1 for me.
Oh,
Honestly,
and
but-
hence nobody does Rocket Man better than William Shatner. Just
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
Just saying.
I think the next big one that they got to go for needs to be Tupac. I want to, and it's got to be the same director, Antoine Fuqua, or at least F. Gary Gray.
I'm glad that you
either
said
one of
that
those
because
two.
that,
It's got to be Tupac.
That All Eyes on Me Tupac the biopic was dog water. That was disappointing.
I
Like,
mean,
I was hurt. No offense to Tupac's
mean-
mama, but she got her son's legacy wrong on that one. Like
For
we need
me,
a run back. We need a run back.
For me, I'd like to see a doc on AC/DC.
Oh,
I
that would
would-
be fun too.
I would love to
Pretty
see,
cool.
the story with Bon Scott, his downward spiral, him literally drowning in his own vomit. I mean, I would love to have that story. I mean, you guys ever watch the doc they did of Def Leppard back in the early 2000s?
Yeah,
That was actually really good.
Hmm.
It's like
I would like to see a GNR.
go, yeah. Fucking see how batshit crazy fucking Axl Rose was behind the scenes.
Oh,
Hell
yeah.
And you know what I would like to see? Because remember, NWA opened for them at one point.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
That's
you
right.
know, and Axl Rose wearing the NWA hat at his concert.
And fucking he
video?
wanted to fucking
that was
fight.
hype.
You remember the stories he wanted to fucking fight Dr. Dre so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Fuck, I would love, man. I just love shit like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to see a doc that I'd love to see. I can't think.
I think the Biggie.
No.
I
They
think
need
the
to do
Biggie
a
one was
documentary
bad.
on Aaliyah. They need a biopic on Aaliyah. Aaliyah, she deserves one. Like Aaliyah deserves one. Like
Yeah, but the thing is though, how would they do with what's his name?
Jay-Z or
No,
R. Kelly?
R. Kelly. Him and her getting married, and then they were
They
like,
already did one. It was in that Boondocks episode.
Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
The R.
That
Kelly
is true.
episode.
No. Give us the R. Kelly doc.
Honestly, I'll watch that one too. Like, cause I mean, despite what he's done, like R. Kelly was a talented artist or whatever.
He's a
Like,
phenomenal singer, but damn, he just
That's funny.
he liked him.
Yeah.
He liked them young, like Drake.
You know what? Say what you want, but Remix to Ignition is the baddest song.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, I still listen to that
when
one.
When that song came on,
it's the remix.
Everyone is singing it.
Fresh out the kitchen, mama rolling
Everyone's
that body.
singing
Got
it.
every man in here wishing.
his song for fucking Space Jam, "Fly Like an Eagle," man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
I believe that you can fly. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking,
yeah,
I love that fucking song, man.
Yeah, man. Dude, like, yeah, R. Kelly does deserve a biopic, despite his evil things that he's done. I think he deserves a biopic.
Hey, guys, you know what Campion's favorite song is? The Guy in the Closet one.
Trapped in the Closet.
Yep, that's Campion's favorite song.
Who was it? Jordan? Was it?
Luther Vandross deserves one too. Like,
Yeah.
Luther Vandross deserves a doc, and Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye deserves one too. Like, I would love to see him.
Remember Jordan Peele did the Closet one on Mad TV?
Yeah. Oh man. So I guess we can end it off with the Punisher. However, like, did anybody get to watch it? Because
AP did.
And
AP, who on the panel has seen it though?
I seen it.
I haven't had a chance to see the
I
Punisher
watched
one
some of
yet.
it. I was.
I'm sorry.
I got the image up. If you guys wanna.
Daredevil Netflix was so good, but I don't like the Disney era Punisher, dude. I just don't. I fucking don't.
I've heard there was like the fight scenes were good, but then it's just like
I wanted more. I needed a little bit more. Like, that 45 minutes was just not enough or whatever. Like, I think if it would have been an hour or maybe an hour and 30 or whatever, like, I probably would have gave it like a 7 or an 8. But like, I settled for a 6 because the fight scenes were good or whatever. Like,
that's kind of the thing I consistently hear from a lot of people is that
the
fight scenes are good. That there is some pretty good action in this. Like the first like third, like the first third of this, apparently it deals with a lot of like
PTSD,
emotions and PTSD and whatnot. And it's only like around the end of it when you finally see him don like the iconic skull and whatnot.
The thing is,
the last 30 seconds is what they said.
AP said this last night. If you notice that the only people that he fights are white people that are going after minorities.
Right.
Gotta remember, like
wasn't there a black guy that pushed it?
I'll say this. There was one clip where a white dude was beating up on a black guy and then killed the dog. I'm just saying that dude kind of deserved it in the end. Okay. It doesn't matter if he's white or black. Kill the dog. You're gonna face Frank's rage. That's it, bro.
You killing that dog? You killing them puppies? What's wrong with you, man? No.
But let me ask this, because as somebody who hasn't really seen anything of like new Marvel Punisher yet, the only things I've seen so far when it came to the Punisher was Thomas Jane's Punisher all the way back in 2004 and Ray Stevenson's Punisher from Warzone in like 2008, I think. Those are the only two I've seen.
You should
Punisher.
Go watch season 1 of
Netflix's
Punisher.
Netflix. Okay.
Season 2 was total ass because they brought Jigsaw in, and Jigsaw was fucking trash.
Yeah. Season 1 is great. I think season 1 was great. However,
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
like John Berthoff is a phenomenal actor. I'm glad
AP's
that
here.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
who's
say
here?
one thing about this goddamn Punisher shit.
Bring him in.
It is so fucking it is so boring. Like, oh yeah, some people said it was like the raid, but like holy
Special
crap, it
appearance
is
by Roman's retarded stepson.
no. It is so boring. Like it takes half the short film to get to the action, and the first half is freaking. It was Frank Castle. Oh, whoa! I'm so sad. I'm so miserable. And it's like, yeah, I get it. You lost your goddamn family, but kill some fuckers already. Goddamn. It's dumb shit.
I was gonna tell you that. Like, that was my main thing. It's like we seen this before. Like, if you watch the the second season of Daredevil, we seen this before. If you watch the first season of The Punisher, we seen this before. What I wanted to see was the Punisher punish people. I wanted him to just start like going into like mafia bosses places. And
You're
start
not gonna
shooting
get
them up.
that.
Okay.
You're not gonna
Okay.
get that. This is Disney. You're not
But
gonna
here's
get
the
that.
problem: the big antagonist of this short film was an old woman,
Yep.
in an automatic wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
She was
From
the main
Who's the
antagonist.
Boss?
Yeah,
She's from Who's the
and
Boss?
Judith
so
Light.
freaking.
Yeah, Gina Light.
There's no intimidation factor, and one of the lines she says in it, which is so freaking cringe, is "I'm the one who punishes now." And I'm like, go fuck yourself, you dumb.
Jeez.
Hey, Atomic.
Censoring myself on YouTube.
Atomic, you know what this reminds me of? And Ronan, everyone should know.
Right.
This is basically the General Grievous of the Clone Wars.
Yes.
Compared
Oh,
to the
God,
old
yes.
school
Yeah.
General Grievous
Oh.
of,
Oh
the
God.
of like the
Tartakovsky
film
series.
and Tartakovsky, yeah.
Yeah.
Complete 180 in terms of character
Yeah.
presentation.
No,
Shit.
peak John Berthal Punisher, season 2 of Daredevil, season 1 of Punisher on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Season
Yeah.
1 Punisher was peak. There was peak Punisher, John Bernthal Punisher, but they have
Yes.
not been able to reignite that shit because they fundamentally
It's
go against
Disney!
every. No.
It's-
They fundamentally go against every freaking thing that Punisher stands for. He stands for defending innocence with violence. He's probably the most conservative, icon out there, and they despise him for that. They
Yeah.
despise him because he's a father who is willing to go so far to revenge his family's death. And
Only cares
pisses
about
me
his
off is
daughter,
In
never
his
his
short
son.
film, he never ever mentions his son. He only ever mentions his daughter. His son is just like some, forgotten in the wind. And you see a flashback of his son, but like he's always like, "Oh, my daughter, where's my daughter?" I'm like, bitch, what about your goddamn son?
Quick thing, Campio wants me to share this.
I
Colhauser,
have it ready.
I just want to say if you go back, and anyone who hasn't watched the Dolph Lundgren Punisher,
Yep.
from start to finish, he does not. He shows you what the Punisher is about. Like he goes.
The only problem, he doesn't don the skull shirt. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I think there was an issue back then over
Right,
the rights, but
And-
but when he starts off, and when people say is like, even when the one mafia guy says to him, he's like, "Don't you think you've killed enough?" And he goes, he's basically like, no. He says like, "Don't you think you've had enough?" And he's like, "No, I'm not even done yet."
I'm not even
Because
done.
he goes and
Okay.
like even the women in that too, like he goes hard on everybody. He does not let up. That's why I say if you want to watch a good Punisher, go back and watch the Dolphin.
John Bernthal was a really good casting decision for Punisher, but
It's his
he's
writing.
not the best version of Punisher after season 1 of
No.
Punisher.
Yeah.
I like Ray. I mean, like Thomas Jane and
Yes.
Ray Stevens. Warzone was the definitive fucking Punisher. I mean, literally, he just walks up to a dude, just blows his fucking head off while he's sitting in a damn chair. For Christ's sake!
This
No,
is
you know,
awesome.
it's funny because It's funny
Boom.
because Porter Black Garrett likes to use that image a lot whenever
Yes.
he's commenting under, let's just say, certain maps in the chat, in their posts and
Yes.
whatnot, certain maps.
Yeah.
The ones you like to hang up on walls, right?
Yes, the one you like to pin on
The
walls.
thing is, this is also concerning since he said this could be a darker Punisher than we've seen in other projects. So it's like, if this is the dark Punisher, what is the Punisher going to be in Brand?
I will.
That's the concern because this is before Brand New
Hold
Day.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to say one thing. And I'm gonna dip. The thing that frustrates me so much about this is like John Bernthal did defend the Punisher like multiple times. Like they wanted to soften him up more.
He's
and
a
Bernthal
fan.
fought.
He's a fan.
Yeah, no, he's a fan, and that I respect him for that. Yes, he's a typical Hollywood guy, but I respect him for wanting to keep to the character as much as possible, as much as Disney would let him. And also, what's up, Vala? It's just they fucked up.
Very much,
It's mid. Yeah. If you have not seen it, I don't really recommend watching it. I don't recommend. It's boring as shit. And
I was like, that law with 10 gifted memberships.
And AP got one.
Woo!
I mean, you want another definitive fucking Punisher? Play the Xbox, the original Xbox Punisher.
Oh game. Yes, the old gen Punisher game. Yeah, that one's
all right. I'm heading out, guys.
Good.
I need to go.
All right, then, AP. Thanks for making a cameo, bro.
Yep. Just want to make a cameo rant about freaking this dog shit, freaking the adaptation.
Better my son talks about Punisher.
Oh yeah. Good luck, everybody. After this stream, AP is going to be. I think AP is going to be streaming Subnautica too. So you get a chance, go head over to AP.
Come out there.
If I knew how to raid, I would raid into him. But go and drop his channel, the link to his channel, because he's going to be doing Subnautica over there. I think.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was my thing. It's like John Bernthal, like he did try to protect the Punisher as much as he can, and he did write some of this. But I agree with AP. It's like I wanted a little bit more. If you would have gave me at least an hour and 30, I would have been a little bit more like, okay, let's see how it goes. This was just not enough. 45 minutes was just not enough, and everything.
Now that I remember, that's the other comment that they also made as well too. If there was at least 30 minutes to an hour and a half more of this rather than what came out. Yes, there you go. It was missing an entire third act. If you had gotten that, then perhaps people would have been a little bit more entertained by this. But as it is, it's lacking basically to a lot of people.
Ron, remember we talked about this on Isaac's channel last week about the way shows are now. You either getting 6 or 8 episodes, where back in the day we were getting 20
plus
24, 26 episodes.
Yeah, and this is why now you're only getting so much in a limited time span. And this is why I don't like this. So I was saying about listen, I love watching Terminal List and all that stuff, but I hate the fact that it's only 6 or 8 episodes. I don't like that. I want more.
No,
they
I remember
they want to do mini movies, and I'm like, no, you can't.
I remember before we were talking about 24. You talked extensively a lot about how many episodes would come with just a single season of 24.
Yeah,
and 24 was giving it. Yeah,
Ronan, out of curiosity, how long is each episode of Terminal List?
8 episodes. It's 8 episodes.
How long is each episode?
It's about an hour, right?
Roughly an hour at the very least. So I can understand, because I think I know where you're coming from with this. Like, I can understand that they cut down on the amount of episodes because of the fact that now most streaming services offer hour-long episodes for their shows. I get that. The thing, though, however, is like you are still kind of cutting it down because you're not seeing a lot of content like you were before. If you can tell a story in 8 hour-long episodes and like 8 1 hour long episodes, okay, fine, fair enough.
We got
but still,
Nishi Does Gaming with another 10 gifted memberships.
Thank you very much, Nishi. Appreciate that. If you can tell, go ahead, Kreese.
I was gonna say, like, for instance, I've been watching the show Marshall. It's okay. I like it for what it is. I love the story. I want to say the episodes run about like 30 minutes, like to about 40 minutes or whatever. And I think that's okay. But like, I just remember back in the day, and Phantom and all the rest of y'all, like, back in the day when you had like a sitcom or like a high stakes TV show, like 24 or whatever.
Good hour show.
Like, it's about a good hour, almost an hour. But like there were so many episodes where they left you on a cliffhanger. They just gave you just enough to just say like, okay, you need to come back for more. And they did that over a span of at least 20 something episodes. However, what we're getting is like mini movies.
Holy shit! My son, Atomic Patriot, gifting 10 memberships for the Homies podcast.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's the last time I ever give him that allowance that he's spending it so irresponsibly like this.
But yeah, that's my problem. It's like, you know, we sacrifice like the 20-minute to 40-something-minute episode for hour-long slop, because sometimes it ends up being an hour-long slop with some of these TV shows.
Can I say
actually no,
quick?
this
to all our new members, if you have it where you don't have it where you show who you're subscribed to, private message the Homies X account and let us know that you're a member of the channel. I am working on something special for outros when we get that I've been working on. So I need to let you guys to let me know on the Homies X account who are members on the channel. I'm working on something very special. Shout out to you guys. So please hit us up on the X account, and Moz dropped the link for the X account, so I will know who are members.
Just so we can write down all the members we have. So send any of us if you remember.
Ebola, if you can do me a favor, highlight Chell's comment. It's the first one, a little up above, talking about Star Trek and Stargate.
Oh, okay.
Because we're talking about, right? He says, I mean, Star Trek and Stargate were like 48 minutes after commercials at like 24 episodes a season.
Yeah.
So you still had like hour-long episodes, you know, with the commercials, obviously. But
that's what I said.
Offered
like 22 minutes to about 40-something minutes, like each episode or whatever. But now, like, we're switching all of that to like.
A lot of it's being condensed and cut down. That's the problem.
They wait for a laugh track as well.
It's literally for the TikTok generation, because TikTok generation's attention span is like a rock.
Very small.
You know, it's very small.
What were you gonna say, Colhauser?
Well, because the thing is too is when you only have like 8 episodes, you're wanting more, and then it's either a year to 2 years for the next season.
Yeah,
that's one of the other problems too.
You know, we're when we're like 24, because I love 24. You're getting season, like we got season 1 in 2001, then you got 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005.
You just wait a year for the next season to come out.
Wait 2
now
years.
These new shows, the minimum usually is
and less episodes, because 24, you got 24 episodes. And then you're going to get, and it went for a span, because when it came out, it was every Monday. It was like every Monday night. So you had that of 24 episodes going over that span. It's just like, and then by the time next year comes around, the next season's already there. So you're ready to go.
Right.
Well, we're having this with One Piece. Like it's going to be like nearly 2.5 years before we get season 3 of One Piece.
Yeah. I guess as another example, like, for the CW shows, like, they started in October and usually ended in May. And it was like 45 minutes for like 23 episodes or 24.
Yeah.
Well, the prime example we were also mentioning earlier too is Terminal List. How long ago did Terminal List come out? It was a couple of years now, wasn't it? Now we had Dark Wolf in between, but Dark Wolf only recently had come out. It came out last year, didn't it?
Yeah, last year.
Which, okay, fine. I'll give them this. The run, like the wait time between Dark Wolf and now season 2 of Terminal List is just a year. That's good at least, but even then, there was still that wait period between season 1 and then Dark Wolf.
Yeah, but that's my thing is now we're only getting 8 episodes, where as a regular season we would get 24, 26 episodes. Because I think Star Trek Next Generation, I think it was season 7, or there was a couple of seasons where you got 26 episodes,
right?
Instead of 24, which was awesome, like, because you got more stories. But then again, back then we had more writers that were creative and they actually knew how to write compared to today.
We went from like getting like 20 something episodes to about 13, and now we're down to 8. 8 or 9.
10 or 8 is you.
10 or 8.
Sometimes 6 or 4.
Sophie in the chat also mentions that they're doing that a lot with anime as well too. Like a lot of modern animes, they're just kind of releasing episodes and they're releasing seasons in 12-episode batches. Like I remember growing up 26. When I was watching Evangelion, it was just one season, but it was 26 episodes.
26, yeah.
26 episodes.
Same thing with Ghost in the Shell as well too. It was like 26 episodes for one season.
I guess
26 episodes for the next season.
I will notice the one exception to this rule is I guess the Asian TV, because I'm seeing like the lowest is like maybe 4
unless it was
6.
a popular series back in the day, like a Battle Shonen anime or whatever, like you only settle for about 26 episodes or whatever. And it was also they had a different tier on how your show will keep on going, because they used to base sales off of manga and DVD sales, but now it's different because of the streaming thing that I don't have time to go over with forever. It's way too much deep of a rabbit hole to go over with, but so I think that's it. Like, anything else you guys want to talk about, like, while we're still here? But pretty much that's everything on the list.
Okay, I got a question. Colhauser, why do you don't like Transformers 1?
Nice. Oh boy, here we go.
Garbage. They basically made a movie about bros. That's it. It didn't even make any sense. It was just it gives me a headache.
I'm trying to explain.
I haven't watched it yet, but
I thought Transformers 1 was a show that was supposed to, I guess, re-arc everything and starting fresh. They couldn't even get that right because what they did was they focused. Okay, because Liam Hemsworth played Optimus Prime, and what they did was they focused on the actors rather than the actual the series, because that was the big push. They had this new guy, I can't remember the guy's name, who played Megatron, black guy. They were promoting the hell out of him, and again, they weren't promoting Megatron and Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime and Megatron were brothers. Makes no sense.
No,
it was just stupid. Like
Brian Tyree Henry, that's who it was.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing that always irks me about the Bay films.
It's gonna be in the Batman.
Guys, I'm gonna let you know something. Optimus, Orion Pax, and Megatron, they are not siblings. They were not even friends. Megatron started off as a gladiator in the arena, and he worked his way up to be the leader of the fucking Cybertronian Defense fucking Force. And then he took over. And then he fucking killed Orion Pax. And Orion Pax was transformed into Optimus Prime to fight Megatron, for Christ's sake. They're not brothers. They're not cousins. They're not even fucking friends. They hate each other.
Let me ask you this, Colhauser, because as somebody who kind of appreciated the film, that I enjoyed it myself, and I understand, like, you, Phantom, have your gripes about it. Let me ask this: how do you feel if somebody watched this film and then they decided, I actually want to go back and check out a lot of the older stuff. I want to check out the G1 cartoon. I want to check out the movie and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, what's your sentiment on that? That this film, flawed as it is, gives somebody the drive to want to check out the older stuff.
Oh, okay. So let me just put my position out here first.
Okay.
I have no problem with people liking the movie, the live action, or Beast Wars or whatever. That's all. That's
all them. Yeah.
That's all them. If you like that, you like that. I will never take that away from you. But for me, okay, so when I saw the first trailer for the live action, I was like, okay, let's see what this is about. Because now, because everyone was ragging on me. I know you're going to go watch the movie. And I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to go watch the movie. And I remember even my dad saying, because after I watched it, he goes, he thought I was going to see it at least 20 times in the theater. And I was like, no, I only watched it once. Because when I went to watch this movie, I was hoping I was going to get somewhat of what we got from the G1 cartoon.
Right.
We didn't get that because, first of all, Hasbro just basically was a Bonaventure or whatever and said, you guys do what you want.
The Lorenzo Di Bonaventura. Yeah, that guy.
Let's bring it. You know what? GM, come in and display your cars. That was the other thing I hated.
Right.
Sorry, Bumblebee is not a Camaro. Sideswipe is not a Corvette. Jazz is not a Pontiac Solstice. It was just on and on. Starscream is not an F-22. He's an F-15. It was just on and on and on of all these just stupid things. Soundwave was a friggin' satellite in a Mercedes. It just, all these things that kept on happening, just kept on saying to me, they have no idea what the G1 cartoon's about. Now,
Right.
if somebody went in, I would say to them like this: if you go back and watch the G1 cartoon, which you've never seen before, and you watch the movie, you're going to be You're going to be very disappointed, because you're going to actually see a generation from the G1 cartoon, basically Transformers losing to the human apparatus, because they focus more on the human element in the movies than they did the robots. In the cartoon, they only focused on Spike, Sparkplug, Chip Chase, and Carly. That was it. They didn't focus on anyone else. They were just focusing on a handful of humans, and all the rest was the robots. Where in the live action, they focus on humans, and humans actually taking down Transformers, which made no sense. You got beings from another galaxy, robots with plasma cannons and laser rifles and everything, being basically taken down by human operators. It makes no sense. Because if you go back and watch the G1, there were episodes where, when the U.S. military got involved, they got destroyed. They got wrecked.
Okay.
They couldn't even handle, like, there were so many times when you see episodes where humans went in blasting, and like their bullet, like there was one episode where Megatron's like, "You're gonna stop us with bullets," It just made no sense in how they went from this to that. So,
well, also the like in the original G1, the military is like, okay, so it's between the Autobots and Decepticons. They never even tried. I mean, there might be a couple episodes like when they went after like power bases and stuff like that. The military was there, and another thing, the Autobots never shared technology with the humans.
There was only a handful of stuff where they basically guided the U.S. military. Like there was an episode where, it's funny, you're gonna laugh at this, but there was a computer, and this all goes back to Bill Gates, but they had a guy called Paul Gates, where he had a supercomputer and all that stuff. But that's how that series went, where they knew which side they were on because they were based in the United States, but they just made it so you couldn't hurt these guys, right? There wasn't anything you can do. But in the movies, they made it so easy where the U.S. military goes in and they take out like that one scene where they're in the desert with Tyrese and all them fighting Scorponok. If that was the real Scorponok, that would have been over in less than 30 seconds.
They would have never known, because Scorponok would have been a lot more fucking quieter with his damn kills.
Yeah,
he would have been quicker.
But if they actually used the G1 Scorponok, who's actually a city, they wouldn't have even gotten close. They would have it made no sense. It just made no sense.
And don't get me on fucking Soundwave or fucking oh god. I mean the
like if you watching the cartoon, the damage the Transformers do to the planet.
Yeah.
Like I always laugh, and I said, like, what does the guy say when his building or his car gets torched by a Decepticon raid? Like, what does he tell the insurance company? It's because a lot of damage goes through that cartoon. Like, a lot of stuff gets wrecked.
Yeah.
Insecticons that are eating everything. They're eating. The Stunticons. What are they doing? They're having a demolition derby with cars.
Yeah.
In a parking lot.
Hell, even the fucking Dinobots. Even the Dinobots walking around would destroy everything. It's like, Grimlock's like, me sorry,
You know, it's so funny too because there was one the last episodes of season 3. It was called The Return of Optimus Prime. There was a disease called the Hate Plague.
I remember.
You know, everything was getting destroyed, wiped out because it transmits. You touch it, you get infected. You know,
sounds familiar, huh?
2020. We're talking about, and we're talking about literally a universal pandemic that happened, which Optimus Prime basically stopped with the Matrix and all that. But think of all the damage that in that episode happened. A lot of stuff goes down.
Oh my god, that was such a cop out. That literally, Optimus Prime, they go through hell to get the fucking ore, and fucking Galvatron turns on fucking them like we didn't see that coming. And then he's laying on the table, and he goes into the Matrix, and he goes back farther than he's supposed to go, which really technically Optimus Prime could actually go back to the very first Cybertronian Prime. It shouldn't be a problem for him to do that. And they said, "Oh, it's the Matrix. The Matrix is the light." And it's like, "Light our darkest hour." And you hear the famous song, and it's like,
"Yeah, you got the touch."
But the thing is that literally killing Optimus Prime off killed Transformers off for a decade.
Yeah. Well, remember they killed him off 1, 2, 3, and then he came back. Came back as Star Optimus Prime.
But that was in Japan, which we never got that here.
Yeah, well, you can get it. That's why I don't focus on like certain aspects of the G1. Like season 4 was just garbage. The Headmasters, they didn't do it right. They did it better in Japan.
Yeah, Headmasters, Weapon Masters was,
Target Masters.
Scorponaut in the Japan was way cooler than the American one.
Yeah,
because it was just a goofy. It was the voice actor for that was just atrocious. It's just atrocious.
Well, all I'll say is this: I know for a fact, Colhauser, we definitely got to have you back on for like that Transformers stream.
Yeah,
anytime.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Colhauser, Autobot, Decepticon, G.I. Joe, Cobra.
What do you mean?
Who would you rather be, an Autobot or Decepticon? Or Joe or Cobra?
I would be a Decepticon, and then I'd probably be a Cobra.
Same here.
Because Cobra
bad guys.
Cobra had the some of the coolest, outlandish weapons.
Coolest characters too.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so like I said, Ray Stevenson as Firefly.
He
was badass in that.
Perfect cast. So, do we have anything else tonight, Kreese?
That's everything.
I think we're good.
All right, so I do have some announcements right quick. Saturday night in the official For the Homies Discord, we are going to be watching the Ronda Rousey Gina Carano fight, and we also will be doing live reactions on YouTube. So if you guys want to be part of that, just let us know. Sunday matinee with the homies. We're going to be doing legacy films, and tomorrow night we're going to be watching Beetlejuice in the homies Discord. And Ronan, what you got going on?
Me personally, for the rest of this week, I might not be able to fit a stream in on my own channel because tomorrow, obviously, we'll be doing the watch along for Beetlejuice on the For the Homies Discord. Saturday, I'm actually going to be out over by Philadelphia celebrating my niece's birthday. Probably won't be able to fit a stream in there at some point. Maybe I'll probably throw a stream in on Sunday after the matinee show, of course, which y'all should go and check out. Aside from that, on Monday, you can catch me and Colhauser on the usual Golden Age podcast with Isaac and Cornboy and a lot of those other cool guys talking politics. Or, as I like to say sometimes, the Golden Shower podcast. Aside from that, again, you can catch me on my channel on the times where I will be able to stream. Just still balancing Resident Evil Requiem and Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Once I'm done with those two, we're going to see what what's next on the project.
Ebola, vote.
What am I voting on this time?
Your outro.
Okay, so I got usually videos depending if I can make a video that day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Usually stream.
Date night.
Yes, usually stream with Sophie on Wednesday. Thursday, my stream a few hours before this stream. Again, every Thursday. And Saturday, with the homies. No, except this week. And then some Vagabonds weird strange stream on Sundays.
Kreese, what you got going on?
So I might do a video on the Punisher, and I'm also definitely gonna do a video on the Boys, like the series finale. Once that drops. Then, of course, Wednesday, we got anime homework. So we're finishing up Classroom of the Elite in the next 2 weeks. We also got anime side quest videos that are popping up. I think AP is going to drop the next clip this Saturday. And as far as the Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey fight, because they changed my schedule, I might not be able to make it on the YouTube stream, but I'll probably be on Discord still. Like I still be in there trying to like chat it up with everybody. So thanks work. Yeah, thank you.
Well, but, just remember if you're at work, you have to be muted because we will be be streaming on YouTube.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, other than that, like that's what I got going on. So yeah, I guess Colhauser is next or whatever. Go ahead,
Mr. Colhauser. What do you have going on?
It's funny because speaking of Beetlejuice, I'm actually going to be with the voice actor Stephen Ouimet of Beetlejuice the cartoon. So he's going to be at our con on at the end of the month. So
nice.
Yeah, so
nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we got a couple of cons coming up. We got a Transformer convention coming, and like I said, I've been sick, so I'll be getting back to streaming this probably tomorrow, and I think a bunch of us are gonna jump in and do some Modern Warfare 2 like we did last week with Mo Zamboni and Isaac and
Big Head,
Bruce Flash and Insomniac and Jose Taco. So we're gonna be getting more people to play that. Yeah, so that's about it. And then Saturday, I'm probably me and the boys are gonna go watch Top Gun, and yeah, that's about it.
Very nice.
Well, but again, thanks for. I was just gonna say, thanks for having me on. This was a lot of fun.
Welcome back anytime.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me know. I'll make the time.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for all the new members to the channel. Thank you to Betlaw, Ronan, and Nishi for those gifted. I mean,
Atomic.
AP for the Atomic.
I know he's my son, but like he's not taking my name.
for all the gifted members.
Atomic to Crusader.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys Saturday night for the Ronda Rousey Gina Carano fight. I'm Phantom X. He's Liquid Ebola, Booming Bobs, whatever he's going by these days. We got Ronan the Rage Quitter. We got Colhauser, and we got MMA-Kreese-King Jr. And we're the homies, and we'll see you guys Saturday night for the Ronda Rousey Gina Carano. Praise Allah. Good night, everybody.
Peace. Good night, everyone. Like the stream, homies.
Buy the merch. Buy the merch.
Buy the merch.
Don't be gay, Campia.
Oh my God.
Gotta throw that in there.